Hello, 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 my beloved souls, divine masculine Monday. So sorry, first of all, the message is coming out late. It's Thanksgiving week here in the States, and my children are off for school, and it's just like a whirlwind of activity. There's just a lot going on. I've been super, super busy. So my apologies for getting this to you late, but better late than never. I definitely want to tap in. Um, I'm recording this on the 22nd of November. So today, the gateway is closing from that 11:11 portal. And then we have a new moon coming in tomorrow with in the sign of Sagittarius. Oh, today's the sun moves into Sagittarius too. There's always something going on in the collective, right? There's always like something going on up in the stars, up in the ethers that has really just got us like going and doing all the things, all the things. So a little cold where I'm at. That's why I'm a little bundled up, but I love you guys. I miss you guys, and I had to connect with your collective. Oh my God, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, thank you for being here with me in the Divine Masculine Collective. Let's give them messages that'll serve their highest and greatest good. What do they need to know now that we're stepping into Sagittarius season? What do they need to know? What do they need to see? Please pour into them and just give them messages that will lead them to their highest and greatest good and put them on their highest and greatest timeline. So thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me in the Divine Masculine Collective. What do they need to know as we move into Sagittarius season? Amazing. So bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the slowest moving knight in the deck. But although this knight moves slowly, when it comes correct, right? Because this is like a knight that thinks things through. Like at the, I love how they have him like kind of like at the drawing board, right? But it's like really looking at the map, looking at the big picture of things. And when they make their move, it's very strategic, right? It's very on point. And so I feel like that's, ooh, cards go flying everywhere. I love that. In the middle of the deck, the Sun card. I feel like that's another message for you. But although things have maybe been moving a little slowly, and I know we still have a few planets that are retrograde. Mars is still retrograde at this time, and Mars is the planet of passion, initiation, fire, right? Gets things going. So it makes sense that we're getting this Knight of Pentacles energy because now that Mars is in retrograde, it's slowing everything down. But slowing things down so that you can see them from a higher perspective, slowing things down so that you can review, reevaluate, reestablish, right? Like, you really just want to take a look at what you've been working on with a new, like a fresh set of eyes. It's almost like when you're working on a project all night and you kind of like get into this block and you go to sleep and then you wake up like refreshed and recalibrated and then you can see things, right? From a newer perspective. Like you get your answers, your mind is clear. That's the energy that we're at right now, right? It's that kind of energy, just kind of like a refresh, a restart. It's like, okay, we hit the reset button. Let me look at this again. Let me look at it differently, like let me look at it from this perspective or this perspective. That's really where we're at right now. So that's a beautiful energy coming in to really support you because, again, although that's the slowest moving knight in the deck, that's also the knight that comes through. It's on it, it's power. You know when they come, they're going to come correct, and that offer is solid, right? It's a pentacle energy. It's a really solid, stable, tangible offer that's coming in for you. Beautiful. So expect like messages of things that have to go on with your 3D world, right? Money, career, finance, um, stuff, things, all the things, clothes, all that shit. All right, and then oh my God, we have the Ace of Wands coming in for you guys, right? An amazing opportunity. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action and do what you're passionate about. So beautiful, new, passionate opportunities coming in. Doorways opening for you, right? And again, I know that that was a long time coming. Look who's right underneath the Knight of Pentacles, right? That's the Seven of Pentacles, right? That means you planted some seeds, right? And like when you plant a seed, you don't just wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden you have flowers and vegetation. It's just not realistic, right? But that's your time when you're like working in the fields, right? Getting things together. You've cleared your way and now it's harvest time. And so I feel like that's what's coming in for you during this beautiful Sagittarius season, right? It's like this is your harvest time. This is your time to get things started, to get things moving, to start to see the rewards of all those seeds that you planted in the past. And a lot of that has to do with what you were doing in the first eclipse season of the year, right? During the springtime, like the intentions that you set, the seeds that you planted, the things that you've been trying to manifest during that time are starting to take root now, and you're starting to see them in really tangible ways. So that's a really beautiful gift. And then we have the star, right? Dreams coming true, following our true north. This is the energy of Aquarius. Have faith that the future is bright. Dreams come true. Look at that. Positive changes to bring an end to challenging times. The light at the end of the tunnel. Again, that night energy was moving super slow, right? A little frustrating at times, right? Sometimes it's like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? It's kind of like that energy, right? But tried and true, now you're there, right? Like you, again, you wishing upon a star, the things that you put out into the ethers, right? Now is the time. So now is not the time to get up just because it's gotten a little challenging. Now is not the time to get up just because things are taking a little bit longer than you would have liked them to take, right? No, you want to move forward. You want to follow your true north, and you want to really understand and be childlike in this and understand that dreams really do come true, because that's what you're moving into during this time, right? Your dreams really are coming true. Love that for you. And then, oh my God, we got the Four of Wands, so celebrations, reasons to be excited, right? Beautiful times. So much to celebrate. Send gratitude to the divine. Thank you, Most High, and the angels for peace and prosperity coming to you. Peace and contentment in your personal life. This is a really auspicious time for you, divine masculines, right? Really auspicious time. So, blessings, opportunities, and again, because we had the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, it's really tangible things that you're going to start to be locking into during this time. So it's a really beautiful time, right? A whole win. And then we have the Page of Cups. I love this. So open-heartedness, feeling good, feeling blissful. This is that like light-hearted love and just like the joy de vivre, right? It's beautiful, sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced, a little childish, sometimes moody. So messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities. We're coming into the holiday season, right? Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve. So things are getting busy, like I just said, with me and my little ones, right? It's like, it's kind of like a whirlwind of activity, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that, like, maybe you're going to be going out more. Maybe you're going to be connecting with people more, right? Maybe while you're out and about, if you happen to be single and ready to mingle, you might be meeting your divine counterpart, right? Or just like kind of putting it out there, right? Letting this jingle single bring you a little mingling. You know what I'm saying? All the good things. Yeah. Cut the deck for you, divine, divine masculines. We got the buffalo with abundance and giraffe with foresight. I love that for you. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. What else do the divine masculine collective need to know as we step into Sagittarius season? Beautiful new moon. What do I need to know? What do I need to see? I think we have a stellium in Sagittarius, actually. All right. Oh, okay. So you got your buffalo with abundance. I love that. I love that. You're provided for in all ways. You are provided for in all ways. You are provided for in all ways. So don't be scared. Don't be worried. Don't overthink things at this time, right? Allow yourself to receive this beautiful abundance that's coming into your world, right? Jupiter just went direct too, right? And Jupiter also rules Sagittarius, but Jupiter is our planet of luck and finances and blessings, right? And so this season, like, yes, you're definitely going to want to give more, do it within reason because you're just feeling like that as well. But be open to receive more, right? Understand that, like, you can receive blessings in a myriad of ways, right? Sometimes we get stuck thinking like, oh, I have to work this job or I have to work this many hours in order to accomplish the things that I really want to get, to receive my goals and my dreams and my desires and all of those things. But understand that you can receive abundance, you can receive prosperity, you can receive blessings in different ways, right? Like maybe you don't go to work that day because you know, for whatever reason, you can't go to work, right? You can't get your hours, but then you come into a blessing in another way. You get a settlement that you weren't expecting, or someone reaches out to you for help, and they're paying you to hook them up or to for your time or whatever. You know what I mean? Just be open to receiving, be open to giving during this time, right? Because the more we give, the more we receive. Life is very cyclical, right? I made a donation the other day to someone just because, someone that I relate to on YouTube, they were doing a live, do an energy donation, just out of love, right? And then like shortly thereafter, I got called to work on a project with someone else. It's going to be a lot more lucrative than the donation that I just gave, right? And I wasn't thinking about, oh, I need to give in order to receive. I was giving because it was the love that I was feeling at the moment. Like I was really appreciative and grateful, right? So do the things. Take your friend out for lunch. Take your friend out for dinner. Go grab a massage. Maybe buy, an extra gift for your kids for the holiday season, whatever the things may be. Do something for yourself, right? Give something to yourself. Because we're quick to do stuff for other people, but we forget about ourselves. We forget about ourselves sometimes, right? So be the gift to yourself as well. Like, what can you do for yourself to love yourself, to honor yourself, to give to yourself during this time, right? And be open to abundance in all of its forms, right? And for some of you, this isn't about finances, right? Well, I'm talking, you can have an abundance of love, an abundance of joy, an abundance of divine well-being, right? An abundance of spirit, like whatever that is. Be very open to receiving that at this time, okay? At the bottom of the deck, moose, authority. You know what is best for you, right? At the end of the day, you know you better than anybody else. You know your goals, you know your dreams, you know your experiences, you know your desires, right? Um, I was having like a whole conversation with my team of light yesterday about just goals and dreams and the things that we manifest. And, I hold a lot within. And one, that's because of discernment. And two, because I know that a lot of people, although they may mean well, 9 times out of 10, if I'm talking to someone, I'm not sharing, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations with people because they're either going to give me a message from a space of fear. They're either going to comment from a space of fear, from their own limitations and scarcity kind of mindset, or they can be giving me, their opinion from a space of ego because they think that they're so much smarter, so much more knowing, so much more in line with my goals and dreams than I am, right? It's like, well, I think you should be doing this, and I think you should be doing that, and you need to do this with your life, and it's like, I'm sorry, this is my life, right? It's like, well, I think you should do this. Like, I didn't ask you what you thought I should do with my life, right? Like, I don't actually care what you think you like I should do with my life. Even when I coach people, like, I don't coach people from a sense of, well, I think I know better than you. No, I want you to be able to be the best version of yourself. So I want to know what's going on with you, and then I want to help you expand that vision for yourself, right? Let's make it broader, let's make it bigger, let's make it deeper, let's make it more love filled, right? Like that is the space and the energy that I connect with people at. Like I'm connecting with your heart. I want you to do what is best for you because I've not lived your experiences. I don't know all your truths. I don't know all your story. I just know what you're sharing with me at this moment. I've known people for years that don't know shit about me, right? Because I keep what I keep to myself within. So just be mindful of that, right? So you know what's best for you at the end of the day, right? And when you're having these conversations with people, right, be very discerning. Most people cannot perceive their own best interests, right? And so it's hard for them to perceive it for you as well. And not saying that you're not going to receive messages that are going to be helpful, right? Sometimes those messages of fear or ego are what propel us to move forward, right? Or they kind of help us course correct. But be very discerning in the messages that you're receiving and be very discerning in how you're utilizing that information to kind of course correct on your life because once again this is your life. No one else has lived it, right? No one else has been in your skin, had your experiences, know the ins and outs of your childhood, your relationships, how you feel about yourself. All we know is what you give to us, right? Kind of like surface level. And there are some people that you're going to be with that get you at a really deep soul level, and there are other people that are just, like I said, they're either coming from ego or they're coming from fear, right? And so you really want to just be mindful of how you're receiving that information. And you'll know the difference when someone's coming to you from love, from joy, from their soul, as opposed to when someone's coming to you because they think that they're smarter than you and better than you, or because they're more limited. Okay, so just be discerning, especially during the holiday season, because where you get around family and friends and everybody's like, oh, what are you doing now? Are you in a relationship? Are you happy? When are you gonna have kids? When you guys gonna get married? Everybody got something to say about some shit when their life is imperfect, right? They don't want to look in the mirror and deal with their own shit. They just want to worry about you and kind of like externalize and project the bullshit on you, right? So just don't be triggered. All right, don't be triggered. We got Seal coming in with imagination. Immerse yourself in artistic and creative expression. All right. So how can you open yourself up? Right. How can you step back and really allow your mind to grow, to open up this energy of imagination, right? Again, holiday seasons, things feel really magical, but because we have this beautiful new moon in Sagittarius, right, and we just moved out of that heavy eclipse season, right, this is more of like a jovial, optimistic time, right, and the things that you're putting out into the universe are really amplified and blessed at this time. So you really want to get into the feeling of what your happily ever after is going to look like, right? Like, what, imagine that dream vacation, imagine, that beautiful divine relationship. Imagine your life if you have, the luxurious things that you desire. Like, really imagine it. Like, sit back, relax, put yourself in there, right? Put yourself in the love stories, put yourself in the receiving mode. Just really be open to it. Draw it out, write it out, make a freaking vision board. Like, do whatever you need to do, because that's really gonna help you um to connect with your higher self, right? Like, our mind doesn't know the difference between reality and falsities, right? And so the more we get into that energy and we're starting creating these images in our mind, guess what? The universe then starts to bring it forth, because that is our reality, right? We're stepping into it on another timeline. So use that energy to timeline jump to get to a higher level of yourself, to live your life happily ever after, right? You really want to live the dream at this time. And Coyote, the wise fool, right? Accept your follies and find the teaching in them. You fall, you get back up, right? You fall, you get back up. We fall down 7 times, you get back up 8, right? Just get up, get up. That's just knees off. All right, what can you do differently? All right, let me do this again. All right, let me try this again. Oh, let me try it a little differently. That's all it is, right? That retrograde season energy is like, I need to look at things a little differently. I need to try something a little differently. That didn't work. Let me try this instead. It's like you're trying out a recipe and you're like, oh, I did too much of this, or I didn't add enough of that. All right, now we fix it. And now we fixed it. That's it. It's that simple. It's not a big deal unless you make it a big deal, right? It's not that serious, right? You learn from your mistakes so that you're not repeating them. If you're doing the same shit over and over again and expecting a different result, we all know that is the definition of insanity, right? Then you become a freaking dumb fool, right? But no, a wise fool is, you're learning from your mistakes and you're moving forward and they make you better, right? It's like nothing wrong with making a mistake. That's how people learn. Tell my kids that all the time. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake. That's how you learn. I expect you to make a mistake, because if you're not making a mistake, you're not trying. You're not living. You're just out here bullshitting. I got a lot of messages. Full moon coming in with completion. Right? So we got the new moon, right, in Sagittarius and going to the full moon. So we're ending a cycle, right? We've closed out one chapter, we're starting another, right? That eclipse season, that full moon that we just had, right? That blood moon was intense, right? Really closed out a lot of chapters. We closed out karmic relationships. Some of us moved, like, again with the timeline jumping. There was just a lot of doors that closed, a lot of chapters that ended, a lot of nails in the coffin. But though that's not a bad thing, right? It was like those things needed to come to an end so that you can live life on your high for your highest and greatest good, right? So that you can move forward with joy, with peace, with abundance, with vibrancy, right? All of the good things coming in for you. So congratulations on whatever this is that you just finished out, right? Congratulations on moving life forward. Congratulations on ending one cycle. This is the energy of kind of like the wheel and like the tarot, right? It's like one cycle is ended, the end of a hard cycle. Boom, done. Now we get to move on, right? We get to move forward. And what do we have coming in? Love and compassion, right? One, we want to have compassion for others, but also have compassion for yourself, right, guys? Like, you just spent the past 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years being the person or becoming the person that you are today, right? And now you're awakening to your truth. Now you're awakening to your divinity. Now you're opening your heart and opening your mind and seeing things from a new perspective. Be easy on yourself, right? You didn't just get here. And although it's going to be a lot faster in healing the process than it is in like getting through, it's going to take a much shorter time to heal than it did for you to get to where you're at today. But be easy with you, right? You're awakening to new truths. You're awakening to new awarenesses. You're learning more about yourself. You're learning more about your gifts. You're learning more about your talents, your goals. You're seeing your life and kind of like how you grew up and the lessons that you've gone through, right? And like what they've taught you, right? Not every listen, I know it very well. Like, not everything we taught felt good, right? And sometimes what you learn is what you're not going to do when you're in that situation, or what not to do if you're ever that person, right? Sometimes those lessons can be really fucking ugly, right? And so be compassionate on yourself as you go through life, because, like I said, some of those lessons can be ugly, they can be hurtful, they can be harmful. You gotta love yourself, right? Love yourself, love others around you, right? As we learn to love ourselves and we reflect that out to the universe, guess what we get back? All the love, right? So you are loved, loving, lovable. You're the flesh and blood embodiment of love, all right? Own that shit, okay? Ceremony, invocation. So again, we have a new moon coming in. This is a great time to do like a new moon ritual to really manifest what it is that you want to put out into this world. Like I said, like this is a time of blessings, new beginnings, doorways opening. We just ended one cycle. We're starting another one, right? So be focused and be clear with your energies about what it is that you want to manifest at this time. What do you want 2023 to look like? Right? What is your happily ever after? Put that shit out into the universe, right? You can also, oh my God, it's funny, that's a snake, but to show that to me as bread, right? You can put your intentions into your food. You literally can like put your intentions into like something you're making, and then eat your intentions. You can write your intentions down on like a bottle of like water or something and drink your intentions, right? You can put it into a plant and then nurture that plant and watch it grow. Like there's so many ways that you can use this beautiful energy to really connect with your higher self and really put that energy out into the universe, right? And letting the divine know, hey, I'm serious and I'm taking an action step. Take one step towards God, God takes 10 steps towards you. All right? Waterfall, effortless. All right? This doesn't have to be hard work. It really doesn't, right? You want to just stay in the flow of the universe and just connect with something that is higher and greater than yourself. And know that it's just not that crazy. It's not that serious. It's not that deep, right? Life doesn't have to be swimming upstream, right? Allow yourself to just flow and to enjoy and to be open to receive, because there's a lot of blessings coming in for you at this time. Cave sanctuary. Nothing wrong with taking a step back, right? And where is your sanctuary, right? What is your sacred space? Mine is within me, right? Because I know wherever I go, that's where I'm at, right? Home, it starts within my heart. So find a way to connect with that inner quiet stillness, the safe place within yourself, so that when you do come out of this cave and you're having to do all the things, especially during this holiday season, there's people everywhere, right? And if you're like psychically sensitive like I am, right, you got to really shield and protect, right? Like there's people everywhere, just everywhere. You know what I mean? It's a lot, right? So find that safe space within yourself so that when you go out into the world, you're safe, you're guarded, you're protected, you're grounded, you're centered, right? And it's okay to take a step back sometimes, recalibrate before you go reconnect. There's nothing wrong with that. And then we have dawn with new beginnings. Sagittarius season, right? This is the new moon. Like this is the energy. New beginnings coming in for you. Really beautiful things. So what do you want those beginnings to look like? Is it, what's the beginning of what in your chapter, right? You're starting a new book. Cool. The beginning of what? What are you beginning? Right? Is it a new project? Is it a new way of thinking? Is it a new thought process? Are you moving to a new home? Like what is opening up for you at this time? What is trying to be birthed through you at this time? What can you allow to come to you at this time? All right? Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. And look at the spring equinox with the rebirth. That's a beautiful energy. More new beginnings, things coming to fruition, harvest season, right? Like all of these things coming in, fertility, abundance, like that's another message that's coming in. So you have a lot of abundance coming in for you, divine masculines, right? Especially in the 3D world, like tangible things are really starting to pop off for you. I love it. I feel like this holiday season is going to be so different for you guys. It's amazing. Desert Vision Quest. Beautiful. Again, that's tapping into your own inner self and really connecting with your higher self, right? Maybe some of you are going to be traveling on holiday and going to like a desert, right? Or somewhere freaking lush with all this beautiful greenery at the spring equinox, right? But this is about going deep within yourself, right? And what, again, like what is being birthed through you? What is the vision that you're trying to bring forth at this time, right? The answers that we seek are always within, right? And so we can externalize things if you want. Again, you can use people as kind of like a soundboard, be discerning again, be mindful of the people of ego and the people of fear. But this is really about you going within to your own soul, to your own goals, to your own dreams, and figuring out what it is that you want. What is your happily ever after, right? And how can you push that forward? What needs to be healed within you, and how can you push that forward? What are you seeking, and how can you bring that forward? Beautiful. And last but not least, we have crystals with focus, right? So maybe you want to start wearing some crystals, connecting with that energy. We also saw that in the ceremony card, right? Yep. So she has some crystals here, right? So working with crystals could be really important to you at this time. Connecting with Gaia and that kind of like energy, right? Excuse me, like freaking going crazy here. But really just focusing your energy, right? Again, like that manifestation, like that ceremony, when we put our intention into something, right? And we amplify those energies, it it helps to bring things, it helps to give you clarity, it helps you to move things forward, right? And so we don't want to just kind of put out an energy like, oh God, yeah, I want abundance. It's like, oh, what does abundance look like to you? It's like, oh, I want more money. It's like, cool, well, maybe you get like $1 tomorrow, right? You have more money, but is that really what you want? No, you want to focus. You want to give a clear message. You want to be direct. God, I'm looking to bring in like $10,000 a month or more in my business. That or something better, right? I'm looking for an abundance of love. I want a passionate, loving relationship with someone who is honest and kind and loyal and giving and passionate and funny, and like you want to be clear, and again, always that or something better. Always give yourself the safety, the default of the something better. Why? Because we don't always perceive our own best interests, right? And so you want to put it out there with the divine. Hey, I'm looking for this amazing thing, that or something better. Why? Because if God, say you're only asking for $100, but you're in alignment to receive $100,000, but you're like, nope, I'm only going to get 100. Guess what? The universe is benevolent. It's like, oh, they only want $100. Cool. We don't need to give them the 100,000. That's not what they don't want, because we don't want to make them unhappy by giving them more than what they expected for. No, God, I'll take the $100 or something better. That way, if I'm in alignment with the 100,000, guess what? Now I just left it open to the universe to still gift me that, right? That's the something better. So just putting it out there. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I need to go blow my nose. Self-adjusted. But I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. Have an amazing holiday season. If I don't see you later this week, if not, all the hugs, all the kisses, and I'll see you guys soon. Later, my beloveds.